Hello, this is Alex Mortimer with Valley Sports Cards Memorabilia and Picture Framing. Today, Have a Seat Events proud to present Scorpions James Kottak and Rick Steier of Warrant and Kingdom Come.
Hey.
Thank you very much for coming.
How's it going, brother?
Thanks for coming. We have a contest that we ran. Basically, people sent in their contest via Instagram and Twitter, and we have 4 winners. These people win a drumhead signed by both of them. And our first question is from Carrie Coffey from St. Louis. Her question is, guys, was it Klaus, Rudolph, and Matthias speak in German? It's for you. Did the language and cultural differences ever get in the way of the music?
Well, actually, fortunately for me, they speak in English most of the time because it's the universal language anywhere around the world. Even when we're in Russia doing a press conference, they will ask the questions in English. They won't have a German interpreter even. So fortunately, that's never been a problem. And I've learned a lot of German over the years, and I can understand a whole lot, but I just can't put it all together, like, you know. And but
They can't talk about you either.
No, they don't have meetings around me anymore. They do know that. So it's cool. You know, I've learned a lot from their, you know, I almost consider myself half European, half American now, if that makes sense. So cool.
All right, next question from Val Montalcino. Hope I got that name right. James and Rick, through rock and roll has probably been, through rock and roll, you have possibly seen most of the world, and you could live anywhere you want. Considering you're both from Louisville, Kentucky, why did you choose Los Angeles, California?
Well, it's the music capital of the world, I believe, and so living in Louisville, small town, we were the big fish in the small pond. So, in order to get anywhere as a musical career goes, we had to make a move. So we came out here, and we pretty much got lucky. We were out here. I was out here a year, and then the following summer.
Well, you came in 1986?
1986 and 1987. At the end of 1987, we were playing the Monsters of Rock with Van Halen. So that's a pretty weird kind of a thing to happen.
And that was Kingdom Come?
That was Kingdom Come at that time, yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's why we're here, and we can't leave now.
Thanks for the question. Next
question from Connie Schobert. If you didn't go into music, what career path would you have considered taking?
I hate this question because I can't do nothing. No, the only other job I ever had was I worked as in a flower shop, and I'd deliver flowers there, and I'd help around the shop, and it was a blast. I just did it for a few months. Other than that, I taught music, and but yeah, I really like to cook in the kitchen. I think I'd have to be some kind of chef dude or whatever, but the only bad thing about that is they always have to work on Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that, and I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to have to think about that one. Thanks for the difficult question.
Believe it or not, I went to University of Louisville and got a degree in electrical engineering. People go, what? So A squared plus B squared equals something. I still don't remember it, but anyway, so I was playing music, and my parents would say, well, you need something to fall back on. The chances of you making any kind of dent in the music industry or being successful is the odds are against you. So I did that, but I never relied on it. I never had to get a job in that field, so I was lucky in that regard. So, but if I didn't have the music, I would probably be, soldering electrical wires together somewhere. I don't know.
Didn't you work at LG&E?
I stood around a lot.
Louisville Gas and Electric in Louisville. There's that solid dudes that are always standing around on the side of the road. So
watching people go down the manhole, and there's 4 people watching, 1 guy working. Just like here.
Thank you very much. All right, finally, from Jeff L. Who is your #1 influence that led you to pursuing music as a career?
Well, the word led is in that, so of course it's Led Zeppelin. I mean, when I was like 9 years old and I got my first drum set, it's like we had like about 7 or 8 8-track tapes, and Led Zeppelin 4 was one of them, and it went round and round, and I played with it over and over. John Bonham, the greatest drummer ever, and just that and the Beatles, and you can't get much better than that.
Likewise, Zeppelin, the Beatles, and then I have to throw in Hendrix. First album I heard, Are You Experienced? That I was listening to it in my parents' basement, and the weird sounds he was getting I was a kid. I actually got scared,
Wow.
And I left, I ran up the steps because I was just freaked out by the eerie sounds. It sounded like a horror movie, like just spooky. So those Jimmy Page, those guys were, ahead of the game, and they led the frontier to where music is today as far as guitar. I can't speak for every, drumming, but I guess that the drummer was okay, right?
I like guitar too. Jeff Beck's my hero. He's my favorite.
So anyway, that's the Beatles, but forever, right?
Well, thank you very much, guys. Those are the 4 questions. Thank you very much for watching. This is Valley Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Picture Framing. This video is brought to you by our friends at sportsrecall.com. If you'd like to check out more video, go there. And again, this is Have a Seat Events, and we got James, and we got Rick, and thank you very much for watching. See you later.
Take care.
Oh, www.valleysportscards.com.
Thank you.